Awesome.
Hold on, is it recording? I hit record. Did it do anything? Okay. Oh shit, we're recording now. So
Wow, smoothest intro ever.
the FPS counter, like, it turns red when you're recording, and it wasn't doing anything.
Damn.
So yeah. Although not the FPS is kind of pointless since I am just recording the screen on Skype. So apparently you're giving 12 frames per second. According to Total Biscuit, that is completely unacceptable. I shouldn't be talking to you.
I'm sorry, man. You know, I can. Hey, this is a new record. I think I've only ever managed to pull like 6.
Although to be honest, like in a video game, I would not want to be playing on 12 FPS. Like the argument was between 30 and 60 FPS. And
Dude, you've never lived my life. You've never lived my life. I've played like Minecraft for ever since I started. I've played that game on like 10 FPS.
well, that's kind of when I played it on my old computer before I got my laptop, and my laptop plays it at like basically 24 FPS, so like a movie. So I mean that's
Your
good, I
movie
guess.
quality. Your movie quality.
Movie quality Minecraft. If anyone asks what quality I play Minecraft, I'll tell them that, and they'll think it's not shit.
God, imagine if they start doing like, well, you know, in a movie, if you
I
make
think.
too many frames, it'll look like it's in slow motion, though.
Well, I know the guy who made the Avatar movie. He said he wanted to make who was it again? It was, I can't believe I forgot the guy. That is so dumb.
Is it not Steven Spielberg?
Yes, it is Steven Spielberg. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Or if I got that wrong, our one subscriber is gonna tear us apart in the comments.
Please no, spare us the misery.
But basically, he wanted to make like the next Avatar in like 60 frames per second.
Another Avatar?
Possibly. Oh, someone's at the door. We're gonna pause the recording right now. I'll be right back. Now, all right. Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
We just we had to cut off for a minute. We had some things we needed to take care of, but we're back. Right?
By the way, we forgot to say our names.
Oh yeah. I'm Alex.
I'm Kirby, and this is Robot Sinners. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah, the shitty name that you came up with.
Shut up. Well, you know, we're back with episode 2. You know, for our one
It's
subscriber.
been a long time. This is kind of
Yeah.
the intro after we kind of already went into the show. So
Yeah.
it is.
But it's been a while. You know, sorry about that, one subscriber. You know, we had some timing and stuff we had to take care of, mostly me. But you know, now it can be more regular. Now that summer's here, whoop, summer dance.
Yeah. Yeah. No more. Yeah, we had a lot of bodies to bury, so it was.
Yes,
it's difficult.
many.
Yeah. Just so many dead hookers. Miles.
Yeah, we lived in GTA 5 for a while.
And by that, we live in Miami.
Yeah, pretty much. I live in Miami.
Yeah, he does. I don't.
Ugh. Oh crap! I closed out my Minecraft. Whatever, might as well.
Well, yeah, I'd rather you not be playing video games while the podcast is on, right? Because we made the same mistake. Me and Derek tried recording a Let's Play once ages ago, which we could possibly at some point in the future do something maybe like that.
By the way,
Don't
Derek
worry.
is his stepbrother.
For fuck's sake! Now they're gonna. Never mind. Forget about it. Basically, me and Derek, we tried to do a Let's Play thing, and you know, sort of, it was a co-commentary thing. I'd play the game, we'd both commentate over it.
Right.
He's like, I'm bored. So we just pulled up his laptop and played a game right next to me, and because he was so invested in that game, I was the only one making commentary, and he'd be like, that's nice. So if we ever do any kind of co-commentary or podcast or anything like that, I have forbidden anyone playing video games while we're doing it, unless.
Is that a rule? You have it written on a wall somewhere? Because that's the only way it's official.
Yeah, it's hold on.
Is it painted in Derek's blood on the wall?
There we go. I just typed it up there. That'll do. I didn't actually type that. I was just on my keyboard.
Okay.
I hope I didn't accidentally hit like one of the hotkeys or whatever I have for fraps and like just distorted our voices or some shit.
And like I end up sounding like you know, some weird dude.
No,
Ah,
I don't think I did.
awesome. Well, can Fraps do that? Can you like destroy voices?
No, I don't think it can. It doesn't have a lot of audio options.
Oh.
But yeah.
Okay, come on, let's get to it.
Yeah. What were we doing? Yes. So basically, we got a few news stories to talk about. And then we'll go back to the Kanye corner. Well, the Kanye corner, is that what it is? Is that?
Oh, we're gonna start off with Kanye's corner.
I didn't say we were gonna start off Kanye's corner. I said. Did you hear what I said?
Absolutely not.
What the? What I said was we're gonna go over some news stories. That'll be good. And then afterwards we'll go to Kanye corner.
Oh, okay, Kanye's corner. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Right? Right?
Got
Yeah,
it.
that's still in the show. Anyone who's watching, whoever watched the previous video where we added a segment called Kanye's Corner, and we're gonna keep
Yep.
that until it begins to run dry, which I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up to be anytime soon. And
Yep.
then after
Ah, God, Kanye. Kanye, he's just he's amazing.
and after that, we'll continuously rip off Cox and Crendor and bring back Florida Man.
Obviously.
Day in the life of Kirby. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear, all this Florida man shit, I see that every day. Don't think I don't, because trust me, I have a story later that I'll tell you.
Yeah. All right. So the first thing I wanted to talk about this was a big deal in gaming news. Um, basically,
Oh boy.
it's about our favorite kinds of people, feminists.
Oh, woo! Oh my god, dude, I've gone on a feminist ranting spree for the last week on Tumblr. Don't get me started.
Okay. Basically, now this is kind of awkward. This whole situation, in which I somewhat agree with the feminists, but also there's more to it that makes it not so much like. I'll explain. All right. Basically,
Oh, Alex, can I just intervene here for a second?
what?
Don't for the people that are listening to us, don't get us wrong. You know, we both love the idea for equality for women and men and, you know, every other sexuality and gender, all of that. But what we don't support is, you know, misandry, man bashing. We don't like
We don't
that.
like
That is not feminism.
those more extreme feminists you find on Tumblr and such.
Right. Exactly. So just gonna let that, you know, just gonna say that before we get any hate or anything.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
just-
we kind of just dropped the ball. Basically, yeah. Fuck those feminists. And anyone
Just-
who's
just
not
so we're
anyone
clear.
who's not
Okay, go
familiar
ahead.
with like modern day, sort of Tumblr feminism and stuff,
Yeah.
and only knows like the dictionary definition are gonna think we're the biggest assholes on the planet,
Exactly.
aka possibly our one subscriber, which
Please don't hate us.
you're the only one who loves us. All right. But basically, what happened was the IESF, International Esports Federation. Basically, it's this South Korean organization that does things like gaming tournaments like for League of Legends and shit. Right?
Okay.
And they hosted a tournament in Finland. I don't know why the Koreans are holding a tournament in Finland, but
Hey, Finland seems like a nice place.
I mean,
you know, it's in Europe.
yeah, I guess they wanted to appeal to more European audiences. I don't know, but basically, they had they now what everyone heard, right? This is what everyone heard. When I looked
Okay.
into detail, when I looked more into this, there was more to this. But basically, what everyone heard was Hearthstone tournament. This is the headlines. Finnish Hearthstone tournament change. Basically, doesn't allow women into the tournament. Right?
Wait, what?
There was a Hearthstone tournament in this competition, which
Okay.
basically only men could compete in. And I looked more into this, and basically, what they did was there's a Hearthstone tournament only for men. There's a Street Fighter tournament only for men, but there's also a Tekken tournament only for women and a StarCraft tournament only for women. And that was really
That-
weird.
That's like I can't. You know, they kind of evened it out, I guess, but that's still weird. Like, why only men and women?
Like-
Video gaming has nothing to do with gender.
Like, that's the thing. They said they wanted to make esports a legitimate sport by segregating sexes, because that's what they do in actual physical sports, which makes sense because sexual dimorphism, males and females have different inherent physical traits. So
Right.
naturally, putting them in the same sport could be very unbalanced.
Obviously.
But in a video game, there's nothing, like women are just as capable of mashing buttons as a man.
Oh no, you have tits. You can't play Tekken or whatever.
No, they can. They can only play Tekken. The men can't play Tekken.
Oh, okay. Then what was it? What was the other one that they couldn't play? Women can't play.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. Oh no, you have tits. You can't play
I
Street
can't
Fighter.
remember which Street Fighter. I know the Tekken one was Tekken Tag Tournament, a game I played the shit out of years ago.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah. Damn women get
So
all
how
the
did
fun.
the how did the feminists respond?
Well, they
I'm
had
guessing
only
pretty
heard
fucking
about like
bad.
the Hearthstone thing and about how like women weren't allowed, and they're like, "Oh, you're fucking sexist company," and they're like, "Oh no, we're trying to be legitimate sports," and that's just even more stupid. I feel like,
Okay.
and everyone's like, "Well, that's fucking stupid for obvious reasons." All the feminists were like,
Right.
"Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I know." And yeah, it had a lot more drama than it really needed to be. It was still a stupid decision, but when you look more into it and find out that there's women-only tournaments within this whole thing, it makes it less misogynist and more just kind of stupid.
Yeah. Well, leave it to South Korea. Bro.
Oh, well, South Korea's actually well,
Not bad, but come on. Like,
what
really?
what have
Who
they
thinks of that?
done?
They made a tournament where women couldn't compete in Hearthstone.
And that's a really
That's exactly
big
what they
deal.
did.
In fact, actually, it's funny you mention it. A while back, I was watching the Young Turks, and in South Korea, in certain areas, they made female-only parking spots. And
Really?
they're closer to the buildings, and they're slightly larger than most other parking spaces.
Now, you see, here, let me just take a quick mention. This is something that feminists would not, like, a true feminist would not like this. Like, Tumblr feminists that are into misandry and man-bashing, they're like, oh, one step towards equality. But that is not feminism. Feminism is equal parking. Like, why does there need to be female-only parking spots closer to the
I
building?
think, well, from what I heard, the argument was that if it's late at night and a woman's in a parking lot, they're more susceptible to violence and rape, right? But if it's closer to the building, then there's less of a chance of that happening. Although, actually,
Okay.
I can't remember that whole. When I said it was slightly larger, actually, I can't remember if that was true, or if that was the Young Turks doing bad research.
Whatever. It
I
doesn't
do know
matter.
that they were like closer to the building, but
Well, now I'm conflicted though because, yeah, okay, then if this is for the safety of women, which is, let's be real, they are the bigger targets of rape and that kind of stuff, other than male, even though it happens to males as well. If it is for safety, then then I can't really argue with that because then that'd make me a huge douche. But like if you hadn't told me about that, I would have kept going and been like, why does there need to be female only parking spots? That isn't
well,
feminism.
I mean,
But that does
the
make
whole
sense
thing
now,
about keeping them more safe from rape, giving them giving them extra protection in the case of say a rapist, then I say
right.
if we're going to give women that kind of special treatment, I say we should have a special parking spaces for whites and Asians because most violent crimes such as muggings and murders are caused by blacks and Hispanics. That's statistical. I'm saying this is sort of a
Yeah.
devil's advocate thing. I'm not saying we should actually do that. That's
Yeah.
fucking retarded.
Yeah, you have a point.
Because
Because like this is something where it's a no-win situation. Like there's the people that are like, okay, the statistics show it, and like okay, great, it's safer for those people now. But then at the same time, then there's going to be the people that are like, oh, are racists, blacks, and Hispanics deserve parking spots as well. And
well,
then
like they
you
get
don't
parking
win
spots.
either.
I'm talking about like closer parking spots, similar.
Right. Still, you know what I mean. You
Right.
know what I mean. Like you can't win. There's no way you can
Because
win.
the feminists are right. Statistically, more rapes are caused by men. But I'm also right that murders, muggings, and such statistically are more oftenly caused by blacks and Hispanics, or at least.
Yeah, I can't argue
Right.
with that. Like it is true. By the way, I am Hispanic, so I'm gonna pull that card where like I can talk about my own people because
I
am
thought I
that
was
race,
gonna have
or-
to pull the black friend card there.
Dude, I have a black friend.
But thankfully, you're here to
No, but
confirm that for me and legitimize my non-racistness.
no, but you do have to realize, like, it doesn't matter what ethnicity or race you are. You gotta stick. Facts are facts. Statistics are statistics. It's statistics. I
Which
can't
means that
argue
you're a
that.
violent criminal, Kirby. No, seriously, like, the whole, like, you sounded like a feminist, basically, because, like, they'll say, facts are facts, that means men are rapists. They'll say that shit. And I'm talking about Tumblr ones, obviously.
I don't say it like that. I say that facts are facts. Men are more likely to commit acts of rape than
Yeah,
women
and
are.
basically, because of that, some of the Tumblr feminists will say that, like, basically every man is what is it? They contribute to rape culture.
Yeah, then that is
Yeah,
not.
that is nonsense.
That is
That's like,
really not.
if that's the case, I use the term murder culture, which every black man is contributing to. Oh God,
God.
that's
Oh,
all in
there.
that's all in jest, and making fun of them. Really, obviously.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
that I have to constantly confirm. I have to constantly make that point, because otherwise, people our one subscriber.
God, I hope you aren't
He's
black.
not. He's not. I know the guy.
Oh, okay. Oh, great, great. It isn't even impartial.
We could just make the show like all for him, all the things he likes. I love that. No, but he said he likes the show, so.
Oh, great. Awesome. Awesome. As long as we're making one person happy and having fun, then
Yeah.
that's pretty much what
Yeah.
we want.
So yeah, that was one of my stories. You got a news story or something you want to bring up? I mean, I got another one, but I'd like to hear something that you got.
Well, I want to pull, I just want to pull Kanye's corner super
All right,
early
fine.
today.
We'll get back to the news stories. We're gonna do an early Kanye's corner today on the podcast.
Early Kanye's corner. Because, God, the things celebrities do. And I'm not just saying celebrities like as in Kanye. I'm saying all celebrities, but I'm going to use Kanye as
Because
an
he's
example.
the most. I don't know.
He's the most
The
Kanye.
most Kanye.
Yes, that Oxford Dictionary 2015, new word, Kanye.
All right. So what has Kanye been doing today?
Awesome. Okay, so I think it was yesterday.
So it's not today. Okay, yesterday. What did he do?
Yesterday, he was on. It might have been yesterday. He was on stage at a festival in London. First of all, wearing this really weird outfit. I don't even know how to describe it to you. But that isn't even the point. He took 20 minutes, 20 fucking minutes out of his singing and stuff and rapping, which isn't half bad, He took 20 minutes to rant about discrimination in the fashion industry.
Well, he probably said that in defense to his shitty outfit. I mean,
Yes, dude, it's so weird. If you can pull up, try to find his outfit. Let me just send you this link. Cut away from the Skype screen real quick.
well,
and then,
I can do that.
try-
Like, it records it even if I'm on another tab, so it's cool. I might even put this up.
Yes, do it. It's so weird, yo. It looks like he brutally murdered a whore. I mean, a prostitute.
What? Well, it's still loading. It's not. It's gonna
It's
take a minute.
it looks like he's covered in blood.
What the fuck is on his face?
I have no idea.
How did anyone know it was Kanye? Oh, that is so fucked up.
Okay. So he said, this is a quote from him. I'm not going to mention any names, but Nike, Louis Vuitton, and Gucci. That's exactly what he said. Don't discriminate against me because I'm a black man making music. Okay, and then, according to this article, it says, but the audience were left unimpressed. The one claiming there was a serious booing as his rant continued. Which in the little Vine video that I told you about a little bit earlier, it kept playing. Yeah, you can hear all that fucking booing. People do not like Kanye right now. And then, on Twitter, people blew up on Twitter now because, Twitter's like the new Facebook and all that stuff. And I don't have a Twitter, so don't hate me. But, this Twitter user said, there's a time and place to get on your soapbox. Kanye West and hashtag wireless is not the place. I think let me just get into a little bit of a deeper discussion part. Something deeper.
All right.
You know, I don't understand what like. Okay, first of all, I don't understand why he's saying that there's discrimination in the fashion industry, which I think he's just trying to say this as like the fact that he's just getting butthurt over different things from Nike, Louis Vuitton, and Gucci, and other fashion industries. And I don't think that it's really all that important.
Now I know jack shit about the fashion industry, so you might wanna help me out a little bit.
Well, okay, so first of all, he's I, he's obviously a celebrity, and he does like wearing nice clothing, and I like wearing nice clothing, but I can't afford super nice clothing, like like thousands of dollar stuff. But fashion industry, I think he's trying to say like, some of the bigger stars, that are white, actresses and actors
Right?
are getting some of the bigger promotions and stuff from these companies. And he's saying, don't hate me, don't discriminate against me because I'm a black man making music. But I think it's just Kanye being Kanye because, like, nobody has ever said anything about him in a negative way. Like, according to fashion, people
Oh,
do.
yeah, I was about to say, there's a lot of
People,
negative things you could say about Kanye.
people generally don't like Kanye because of things like this, though. It just doesn't make sense. Nobody has ever done anything like
And
this.
he's dating the Hobbit.
Well, come on.
I'm
Yeah,
joking about that, obviously.
she's kind of small. She's kind of small. But come on. Crap, I forgot her name. Something Kardashian is kind of hot.
Something Kardashian. I thought it was Kim or whatever.
Kim, yeah. Isn't that Kim? I don't know.
I don't know. I just
Kim
assumed he
is
was
kind of
banging them
hot.
all.
What?
I just assumed he was doing them all.
Yeah, including the dad. You know that the dad has been going through like a sex change thing. He's always been like transsexual. Sorry if I got the term
I
wrong.
don't transgendered. I don't watch the Kardashians, so I don't know about that.
No, the Kardashian has been done for years. The Kardashians has been done for like a couple years now. But like, it's been a big thing though. Their dad. Not their actual, not their blood dad, but the remarried dad, the one that was an Olympic an Olympic runner, or whatever. Um, yeah, he's been going through like sex change stuff, like that kind of stuff.
Well, how did like the female Kardashians, like his daughters and stuff, how did they?
I haven't read a lot of like things about them, but I think they do support him because that's the way if that's the way he feels. I think I don't know. Um,
Because I just like I imagine Kim Kardashian and how like ridiculously crazy she is, and I just want to see her like go on like TV and like pull out a Bible and be like, "That's not what Jeebus wants," just out of nowhere. Because that sounds like the kind of thing she'd try in that kind of situation. I don't know. I don't know her political views or social views. So
but I think doesn't matter. Whatever. Oh, speaking of Kim Kardashian, right at the sidebar, Kim Kardashian slams idea that woman can't have it all. Speaking of the woman that has it all.
it's so
Oh my
true.
god.
So true.
Oh my god. Shut up. Again, Kim Kardashian's hottest moments. Oh my god, what am I doing on this website?
We're
This is
not
gonna give me.
doing a Kardashian corner.
Yeah, no, this is gonna give me cancer. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with Kanye Corner. Just, people think about that. I don't understand why he's ranting about
And I don't
this.
understand what the fuck he's wearing on his face.
Yeah, you have to put that image.
I'm gonna do
like,
it. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. But
Okay, go ahead. You next, and then maybe I'll bring up that episode 7 stuff.
well, I thought I was gonna talk about. Well, all right.
No, like
We'll
I'll bring
both
it up.
discuss it because I know quite a bit about it. But
Awesome.
jeez, you spoiled the next news story. But anyway, um,
I'm sorry.
basically, this is another feminist thing.
Awesome.
All right. Basically, have you heard of the Hobby Lobby thing or whatever?
The Hobby Lobby sounds like something I've heard of before, but I don't really know what it
Hobby
is.
Lobby is like a company. It's like a Mormon company or whatever.
Okay.
And basically, in like the health insurance plan or whatever, I'm not sure if it's in the state or if it's the Affordable Care Act or if the the healthcare. I don't know much about the healthcare system. I don't know why they would sign up for a healthcare system that they didn't want that, or like I don't know. I don't know how the healthcare system works, but basically the healthcare system that they
Okay.
provide for their employers requires them to provide the women birth control, right? Uh,
Okay, that brings up something I have to talk about later, but go ahead.
and basically they like if the female employer requests one out of the 20 selected birth controls, or not even one, maybe a few. There's 20 different birth controls, right? And if
Mm-hmm.
one of the women employers needs those or whatever for whatever reason, then Hobby Lobby had to provide it. But they said, oh, we'll give you 16 of. You can have 16 of those, but 4 of those at the end we don't agree with because it's against our our religion, and
Wait,
those 4 were basically they were like I'm gonna I'm gonna use a slang term and just call them abortion pills because that's essentially
okay. So they weren't birth control. Okay. So they were like Plan B pills. You mean
yes, like and like IUDs or whatever it was called. Was IUDs? Is that what it was called?
the I don't know, the day after pills, that kind of stuff.
I'm pretty sure that was one of them. I can't recall, but it was basically
Okay.
stuff
So
that would eliminate the embryo,
okay. Okay.
right? And I'm now basically it was a Supreme Court case, and like a bunch of feminists were uproar, like, "How dare you, you misogynist pieces of shit!" And the Supreme Court was like basically said, "Well, it's their religious freedom. They don't have to provide those. Like they still have to provide those other 16, which like
Wait, weren't aren't they providing the four?
they can't. They
Or
said
they're
they
not?
don't want to provide those 4.
Okay.
There
So
was
so
4
they're
out of
not.
20
Okay.
that they didn't want to provide, but they were gladly willing to provide the other 16.
Well, that's bull. I love how people are ranting against them, but they're still like helping their employers. Which, by the way, this brings up something that I did want to talk about, because there was this big thing about healthcare,
Yeah.
right? Where Viagra is covered for men, but birth control isn't. Birth control, every
Oh
healthcare
shit!
out
Hold on.
there.
Oh, hold on. All right. Sorry. The recording cut off for a second, but
Oh,
you said all right. Bring that up. You said Viagra was covered for men, but birth control was not.
Viagra is covered for men, which is technically a blood and heart problem, but it's covered for men for recreational needs, which means sex. Not being able to get an erection.
Right.
But birth control, which is a much more medical used thing, even though it's technically recreational, but in the way that it is used, in the
It
way
can
that
be
it
used to help with like menstrual cycles and stuff.
exactly,
Right.
and which is more of a medical thing, it covered by healthcare, which is bullshit because these feminists, quote unquote. I love how I said the quote unquote after.
Right.
Um, you know, are arguing that this company isn't providing the Plan B pills, but that's bullshit. Most of the time, healthcare won't even cover birth control. So we should all be glad of the fact that they're providing the birth control pills.
Like they're providing 16 out of 20 different birth control, methods, but 4
Right.
of them, like, and the thing is, I'm gonna be blunt about this. Like, I think if you really don't need it for like unless it's like a serious medical issue or if you need it to survive, I don't think a company should be forced to provide it for you.
Right. Obviously,
Like
and they're a
obviously,
Mormon company too.
like
So this is
obviously if I was employed somewhere and like I had a health insurance plan with my employer, I would say they would need to provide provide the insurance for my insulin, which I require that to live, right?
right. Right. Yes.
So obviously, I agree with that, but birth control, I mean, sure, that can help medical wise, but and I don't think companies should be forced to do that, and I'm not saying that for religious reasons. I honestly think they pulled that whole religious reasons as kind of a way to get out of it, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I really don't think that's really what they believe. I think they just didn't want to pay for it, which I don't really, which is fine. I don't think they button see if that does anything. Okay, all right. Yeah, we're back on again. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, I keep accidentally cutting the recording, but thankfully
Oh,
it didn't like delete any of the stuff we said so far. Or at least
awesome.
I'm 99.9% sure it hasn't. So
But you're not sure.
look, let's just hope it doesn't blow up in our face, all right?
There's still 0.01%.
Yeah, that's what matters. Okay, so I'm done with that news story. We can
Okay,
move on.
great. Because there's something that I, you know, if you've been on YouTube recently, you've most likely seen something that I feel very, very, very happy about, and that is Burger King's newest advertisement. Have you seen it, Alex?
Is that the one with like the chicken?
No, very, very wrong.
Okay, what is it?
It is called the Proud Whopper.
Oh, I saw that. I did see that.
That is, I think, very, very interesting in two ways. First of all, the first one is you know, the more the shallower version, which is, you know, I'm kind of proud that of the message of the advertisement, which is basically it's, you know, they're offering in I think there was, you know, this festival, this I don't know what it really was. It was like it was a gay pride
a gay
festival,
pride
you know,
parade,
yeah, LGBT, that kind of stuff.
right?
Um, and you know there was a Burger King along that street, so you know they had what they had done was they put a bunch of advertising around the area for what was called a Proud Whop, right?
Yeah, I did see those commercials, so I know what you're talking
Right,
about.
right.
Go on.
I'm just trying. I'm
Yeah,
describing it.
explain it for the audience.
So this Proud Whopper, you know, so people would they you know they'd be interested. They you know they'd order it. You know, all these LGBT people, straight people, all that. And you know, near the beginning of the video, they got these really, really like non. I'm just gonna say homophobic, like you know, white men, you know, country white men,
White men,
and they were like,
like some of
yeah,
them. Uh,
you know, and they were like,
we're gonna
what,
get
you
some. Well, if we had more viewers, we might get some comments about like you're bashing white men.
no, but I'm just saying it because it was two, you know, these country like homophobic white guys,
Well,
and they were
I did
like,
see the commercial. It was there was
yeah,
like
and one of them, I swear to God, I died. One of them, he was like, "What do gays even eat fast food?"
yeah, that was pretty fucking stupid.
I died. I died. I had to
That was
watch.
pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. And okay, so you know that happened. So you know people were interested and they'd buy it, and you know
Comes in a
they'd start
colorful
eating their
wrapper.
burger.
Comes
What happened?
comes in a colorful wrapper.
Yeah, it comes in like you know in a rainbow wrapper,
Really?
and you know they're eating their burger, and you know like they got the recordings of the people, and you know they were like trying to figure out what was different from it, you know, from like a normal Whopper. So then you know after they eat their burgers, like they realize you know that there's something on the colorful wrapper like behind the normal white one that the burger comes in. And then you know like on the inside it says we are all the same on the inside,
Basically
and
signifying that it's pretty much the same Whopper.
it's the same thing. So you know it's kind of it's a statement that that you know it doesn't matter what sexuality you are or what gender you believe you are or what who you are. It doesn't matter.
We're
It
all
honestly
people.
does not matter.
We're all people. But
We're
what
all people. We're all the same on the
I have a
inside.
question.
Go
Does the
ahead.
Proud Whopper cost more than a regular Whopper? If it
I
does,
don't.
I'm calling bullshit.
I don't. I don't know,
'Cause
but I doubt.
I could see Burger King doing that, and that would be a real dick move.
I don't think so. That's kind of
If it's the same price, then you know, good on them. If
yeah.
it's more, or I guess even less, I might be slightly annoyed. But to be honest, I wouldn't give a shit. But if it was more, I'd be like, that is bullshit.
I doubt it because it was only in that one Burger King of that area.
Right.
But you know, so you know the shallower thing is you know I'm very happy with the message. Now the more you know the deeper part of why I'm very proud is because it took this company that has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with anything LGBT. It's Burger King,
Right.
and they made a very very surreal and real statement about you know about people and sexuality and all that and all these problems that we have nowadays, that we're all the same on the inside. And I'm very glad that you know whatever CEO or head of production thought of this for that day. They probably made so much more money on that one day, by the way.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna stomp on your mood right now. I'm gonna be cynical about this. I'm 75% sure that basically they did that because, oh, there's a gay pride parade. How do we sell a bunch of burgers to the gays? Oh, we'll say we're gay friendly.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's one thing. I can look at it this way, but then why would they put it on? Why would they make an advertisement about it then?
Good.
If they weren't true to their message, why would they make an
They are
advertisement about
taking
it?
a bit of a risk because they will piss off a lot of anti-gay customers.
I can just imagine all the people that like are watching this and then they're like, Burger King supports gays. I'm never eating Burger King again.
This reminds me, a while back, I think it was like a year or two ago, Oreo, or whatever, the guys who make Oreo was a Kraft or whatever. They put a thing on their Facebook of like a large Oreo, and instead of that one little white cream, it was like a rainbow of different cream fillings. And, and not only did that look like the most,
What's wrong with that?
not only did that look like the most delicious and unhealthiest Oreo ever,
Okay.
but basically like a whole bunch of people on Facebook were like raging. They're like, "Oh, Oreos are gay now."
Oreos are gay now. By the way, Oreos are vegan. If you did not know that,
Are they? Oh well, that's good because I was about to say
Or
Burger
one-
King, like they are taking an even bigger risk because, I mean, there's a good amount of like homosexuals, especially like in California and stuff, that are like vegan or vegetarian,
right.
right? So, and yeah, not a lot. I don't see a lot of gays going around eating burgers, but I mean clearly they do. I mean I'm bi and I eat burgers. I love burgers.
Burgers for life.
Yeah. Gonna piss off any
But, you
vegan
know-
fans we might get in the future if we ever get any, or if we have any, which we don't. I don't think so.
No, whatever. People. I want to see if they actually sold the Proud Whopper for the same amount.
I wanna know that too because if they sold it for more, they.
Well, either way, they were gonna make a bunch of money that day because
Oh, yeah, clearly.
the parade was like right next to their Burger
Clearly,
King.
I mean they took advantage of it.
Right.
But yeah, I get like the thing is more corporations like Kraft and Burger King they're realizing that there's a bit of a shift in sort of the idea
The world?
in America of LGBT. More Americans are becoming more accepting of it, and back then it was a lot more taboo. They could never pull this shit off in like Russia though.
No.
It's become more anti-gay in Russia.
We end up with a Proud Whopper and a burnt Burger King.
A burnt burger.
Yep. Torch down. Okay, keep going.
I mean, I guess Burger King could sell like Putin burgers.
Put some burgers like the wrap has Putin's face on it.
Like, I watch you eat burgers. You're totally cool
Eats
with me
your
taking
child.
Crimea, right? Totally cool with that? Good.
It's like it has like monochrome stripes in it, and it says that you're totally cool with me taking Crimea,
And his
right?
eyes like light up in the wrapper a little bit. Oh my god.
Oh my god, yo! If we had more fans, like I would totally ask for fan art to be made of that.
Of course, that whole situation was like really fucking controversial, and if we did have more fans, we'd probably have a lot of them talking shit to us about that.
Oh my god, dude! You know what? I'm just gonna say if any of our future fans decide to come back to like the good old days and watch the first couple videos, just whatever. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
we
want to
don't
see some shitty
care.
comments. I was mostly concerned about me saying sand nigger in the first episode, but now
Whatever.
I'm like, ah, fuck it. We've already gone far enough. May as well keep going.
Yeah, let it snowball.
Let it fucking snowball.
Well, we don't care what you think. We're gonna say what we
Well, we
like.
do.
We do care what you think.
We do care what you
We're not
think.
gonna we're not gonna like change our opinions because of what you
Obviously.
think.
Like, we care what you think. We want to hear your feedback, right? But you can go fuck yourself either way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. So yeah, that was a great story.
Proud Woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it was pretty cool.
Either way, even if they did make more money on it, whatever. They made an advertisement about it. They spent like a bunch of money to put it on YouTube because like there's like I don't know how like I once was told how like the YouTube advertisement works, but there's like a ratio of how, which advertisements play on which channels.
Right.
Basically, Burger King bought up a big amount of this ratio.
Yeah, I noticed that when I saw that the advertisement when I was watching a bunch of videos on YouTube. I can't remember what I was watching at the time I saw that. I think it was like something by the Amazing Atheist or something.
Yeah, could be. Oh yeah, me too. I was watching some Amazing Atheists this past week.
Do you follow the Drunken Peasants at all?
No, no, sorry,
Well, like
no.
I know he releases some clips from the Drunken Peasants on his main channel. So
Okay.
like you could watch one of those clips and find out whether or not it's a podcast you're willing to listen. Like I usually listen to it while I play Minecraft. It's a good way to get shit done. Because I have a
Yeah.
difficult time playing Minecraft alone without some kind of background.
Hmm. I should probably try that. Hey, but speaking of that, let's play some Minecraft in a little bit after
Oh
we're
yeah,
done.
that'll be great. Um,
Awesome.
so what do we have left? Do you have any more news stories?
We can still like I have some more like I don't know. I've been focusing on like a less political stuff, but I don't want to do too much of that because like today because it depresses me sometimes. Politics. But by the way, breaking news: Sharknado 2. We're not even gonna get into that. Um, and another breaking news. I thought we could probably talk a little bit more about our personal lives. Every once in a while. I finally got a chance to try the Taco Bell breakfast.
Oh, like the waffle taco and stuff, or
I didn't get the waffle taco. I got the crunch wraps, and holy shit, it is actually good. It is really really good.
hmm. Well, I'll have to try it sometime.
Yeah, it's amazing. I also heard that the waffle taco is like actually not
I mean,
horrible.
it's a shame that a majority of
But
Taco Bell's like customers are there at like fucking 3 a.m.
God, I wish. I love Taco Bell. Taco Bell. I could live off Taco Bell, even though I probably
Like,
shouldn't.
like a lot of people said, like especially in the Drunken Peasants, they were talking about how it's kind of weird that they were making a breakfast because like a majority of their customers are like stoners that just came in late at night.
Yeah, dude, it could be. By the way, if you haven't tried the queso burrito thing, don't try it. It is not good.
Like I remember one of the best things I had to talk about was like one of those cheesy gordita crunches. Or whatever.
Yes. Ah,
Those are good.
yes. Very good. Okay, so let's get off of this. And anything you want to say about your life?
Um,
Recently?
anything about my personal life that I want to reveal about on the internet?
Well, like no, like,
I know
not
what you
not
mean. I
super
know what you
personal.
mean.
Like, yeah, like
Like
kind of what I said.
experience,
I finally tried Taco Bell breakfast.
experiences that you would like to. Yeah, I understand. Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring up some stuff about gaming that I experienced.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is
Cool. By the way, Fallout 3.
no,
Awesome.
not Fallout 3, although that is a very good game. But the game
Yes.
I bought this game a little while back. Well, not during the summer sale. It was
Okay.
25% off. It was a fairly new game, so it wouldn't have been a big sale. But it's called Always Sometimes Monsters. Have you heard of this game?
No, but it sounds something I'd like to play. 'Cause that
It's
sounds
also
really cool.
a grammatically incorrect title, I'm pretty sure. But
Obviously.
basically, it's a game. It's made with RPG Maker. You know RPG Maker,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And it's not an RPG though. Well, it has RPG elements, but it's not an RPG. It's a story focused game where
Okay.
basically you play as an author, or like you get to choose what. You sort of get to choose what your character looks like, but basically there's like a pre-select of different characters, um, and
Okay.
it's essentially what your gender and race is, and you also choose who your love interest is, and like you could essentially be a
Okay.
dude or a chick regardless of what your character's gender is, and
Right.
essentially, it's about like the difficulties of modern day American life. The game, like you go through a lot of financial issues, a lot of relationship issues, and it's an adventure game, I'd call it, dare I say. And
Right. Very
like
cool. Okay.
whenever you interact with things within the story, there's a lot of moral dilemmas where you have to, you have to balance sort of risk versus reward versus morality, right? Uh,
Oh
like,
yes,
what's a good example?
the Pit Fallout
No,
3.
that's not in the game. Um,
No, I'm just saying, like, the pit had me very, very
okay, but
concerned.
basically, like, for example, when you start the game, you're late on your rent for your apartment, and you have basically until the end of the day to make $500, right? Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, they really hit you with a bat right at the fucking beginning, and like there's a lot of different things you can do, and one of the things like your character works at a nightclub, and if you decide to work at the nightclub, one of the things you do is you work the coat checkouts, right? You know what that is, where you check out
Yeah,
people's
yeah,
coats,
yeah.
and like is
Which, by the way, isn't that like just to make sure people don't bring in weapons and that kind of
um
stuff?
I guess. I mean, like, they kind of just give you your coats, and you're like,
Like,
oh, here's your number. And then they'll come back and be like, this is my number, get my coat. And then you get the coat. And you
okay,
do that, and
whatever.
basically, as long as you're nice to them, you get tips, and basically, you only get the tips. But since you're pretty much in a back room full of a bunch of people's coats,
Oh my God, yes, the morality has come in
you
very,
can
very
get a
early.
lot of money from, like, picking through their pockets. And you have to
Yes.
decide. Is it worth stealing? Do you need the money that bad? You know.
What did you do? Did you make the rent without or with
I
the money?
um I don't want to spoil too much about the game, but I didn't make the rent at all. I slept on the streets for the first night. Yeah.
Oh wow, that
Um.
sucks, bro. So I'm guessing you didn't steal people's coats,
No,
steal
I
stuff from
tried to
people's
play the
coats.
game as nice as possible because the message that the developers are trying to make is that like we're always sometimes monsters, and by that he means that
Oh,
we always do like shitty things at some point, and I was trying to play it as fucking good as possible. But basically, how the developers
okay.
designed it is that you'll either end up being a complete dick because you did horrible things like steal people's money and like screw people over, or
Right.
you're basically a fuck up who ruins people's lives accidentally. And
So
that's
you don't
essentially what
win.
happened. Well, like you're sort of a fuck up. I ended up getting a pretty good ending. A lot of things ended up pretty good. Not gonna go into too much
Okay.
detail. I mean, I wanted to discuss it so fucking badly, but I'm not gonna spoil it.
You could probably just tell me later because I'm never gonna play this game.
All right,
This. I don't have time
all
for a
right,
lot of
fine.
video games.
I'll
I
tell you
kind
about
of
it
have
later,
to
but I'm not
focus on
gonna
one or
talk about it
two.
on the podcast. But
Yeah,
basically,
that's cool.
yeah,
Sorry, guys.
a lot of moral dilemmas. But basically, the story of the game is you get a letter from your. Basically, when you choose, the game starts like you're in like you're at a party at your boss's like place, and your boss is like trying to find out whose book you want to sign up. So at that one point in the beginning, you play as your boss, and you choose who at the party
Okay.
is the book you want to sign, and that guy you choose at the party is who you play as.
Okay. Very cool. That's
Yeah,
that's pretty
and
attractive.
so I chose like this chick with like a leather jacket. She looked pretty cool. And then afterwards, like your character that you chose is like, wait a second, I got to go to the patio and get my other half. And that's when you go to the patio and choose who your love interest is. And I chose some
Oh.
sweet looking
Okay.
Asian chick, right?
Okay. So, first playthrough chose a chick is a
Yes, and she
lesbian.
looked like one too.
Nice.
She was wearing a leather jacket, like I said. So
She was
yeah, and
dykish.
I'll get on to that. Um, it's funny you mentioned dyke. I'm gonna get on to that in a minute, but yeah, basically, and then after you toast like, yeah, you're gonna get my book's gonna be famous. Then it fast forwards a year later, and what has happened is your
Hmm.
girlfriend is or boyfriend has broken up with you, right? You were a lazy
Oh.
piece of shit and never finished the book,
Oh, that
and
sucks.
that's what I said about.
Wow, you
Yeah,
really
he was
let down
pretty
your
pissed,
boss.
and you're late on your rent and you have no money.
Wow, that really sucks. Things went haywire bad,
And
like really
at the end of the
fast.
first day, you get a letter, and it's a wedding invitation.
Oh, is it? I bet it's from your
Yep.
ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. Oh, dude, that sucks. What a
So
kick in the
basically, you
head.
gotta get a bunch of money. You gotta make a trip across America over.
Do you
You
have to? Do you
technically
like have to
don't, but
go?
you're gonna get a shit ending if you don't. Right?
Oh,
But
okay.
basically there's sort of a time limit, but you have until the end of the in-game month. But it's pretty lenient. As long as you're not an idiot, you won't be able to fuck that up. And
Okay.
basically, you want to make it all the way across America to San Bernardino, which is essentially the game's fictional representation of San Francisco. And
Okay.
right, and you gotta stop your ex from marrying. The person that she's marrying is actually your best friend. So,
What the
and it's
fuck?
funny.
This sounds like the worst and best
And the
romantic
thing is,
comedy ever.
like when you sign that book deal with your boss, like your boss is like later, like it shows a flashback soon in the beginning of the game as well, like when he sends you the contract, and he's like, oh, by the way, we only want your bit, we only want your books, your writing. Your best friend is getting cut out of the picture, and so
Wow, that's so. Oh my god,
and
karma
basically
came
you had to make a
back.
decision at that point. Is it worth is it worth to sign it and go for your dreams and be like, sorry man, yeah, tough break, or
But I'm guessing
you
you have
you
no
could
choice. Like
also
you have to
call
take.
Larry and say I don't want the contract. Larry's your boss, sorry.
Oh, but so then there's like a different like
Yeah,
story off of that. I'm
yeah,
guessing.
different things will happen if you don't do that. I decided to sign the contract, right? And
Okay, so there seems to be like two different major stories because one of them is off
I
the
looked
book
up
and the
what
other one is with.
happens if you don't sign it. Not too much changes, but it'll actually cripple you a little bit if you don't sign that contract.
It'll cripple you. Like it'll
Because
like it'll
basically,
be
at that
harder.
first day I mentioned, after the first day, it's in the beginning, so it's not really a spoiler. Like if you sign the contract, then Larry essentially mails you your last check, and he's like, okay, this is your last check. Since you haven't finished the fucking book, we're not paying you anymore. But if you didn't sign the
Wow.
contract, I'd imagine that you wouldn't have gotten any money. So, but yeah,
Okay.
and essentially, when you call your boss and he's like, dude, just give me more time to finish the book. And he's like, no, we gave you enough time. And he's like, but I need more money. I need to get to San Bernardino. My ex-girlfriend's getting married. And then he's like, oh, well, I'm a sucker for a romance story. Tell you what, I'll assist you. I'll help you get work and get money. And in exchange for helping you get to San Bernardino, he wants your diary, basically. Because apparently, like, your
What?
like the thing is, your character writes like everything that happens in their life, and apparently Larry thinks that your life is so interesting, he wants to publish it.
Wow, this guy's a sick fuck reading through your
But
diary. Probably gets
yeah,
off on it.
but you pretty much, I don't think you have a choice to say no, actually, if I recall. But
Wow.
to be honest, I would have done it anyway.
Okay, so this sounds pretty fucking cool. Always, sometimes monsters. I like the message behind that. Sometimes
Yeah,
we do bad
and
shit.
when I found the game on Steam, like you know how Steam added those new like custom tags that you can add to games, like
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
two of the most popular two fairly popular tags for the game. Like a bunch of them were fairly basic stuff like oh yeah RPG Maker and a common one for a lot of games Walking Simulator, which they put in a lot. They do for a lot of good games on Steam like Viscara and Gone Home. And Gone Home.
Walking
So really,
simulator.
Walking Simulator isn't really an insult. That a lot of games on Steam have the Walking Simulator tag, but
Okay.
three tags that really got to me. One of them was RPG Maker garbage. A lot of people didn't like the fact that it was made by RPG Maker. They think that's lazy, but a lot of indie games were made by like game making tools. And one of them
Right.
was SJW garbage, social justice warrior garbage, if you don't know what that stands for. And another one was anti-white. Anti-white. Basically,
What?
when I said you could choose your race and your gender and also your sexuality in the beginning of the game like different things will affect that. Like, you will experience things like racism, sexism, homophobia, but I've discovered that it doesn't affect the gameplay that much. I mean, here and there you might get like an extra option or have been denied an option depending on certain things. But for the most part, the game is still the same regardless of what you're playing as. All it really has affected for the most part is dialogue. Like, for example, that landlord who's like, says, oh, you need 500 by the end of the day or I kick you out. Right? If you play as a white male, he says, I don't care whose dick you have to suck to get the money. If you play as a white female, which is what I was playing as, I don't care if you have to get the money from your sugar daddy. Or when I watched Dodger play it on YouTube, she was playing as an Asian woman, and right, I don't think actual racists say this, but the guy said, I don't care if you have to get businessmen to eat sushi off of your greasy body, you little China girl. Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
Oh my god, yo. What the actual fuck?
Jesus Christ, I know. Like, but
God, yo.
like, yeah, they'd also make, you know, comments about your sex or your gender or whatever. Like, for example, at one point, yeah, nothing could really top that. I'm gonna tell you that.
I don't think I've ever heard a better thing in my life.
I don't think actual racists say that. I'm pretty sure they're a lot more subtle, but
I don't care what businessman you have to get to eat
little
sushi off your
girl.
greasy body.
And Derek was playing as an Asian dude, and he said, I don't care what old bag you have to sell that micro dick to.
God, this landlord is so fucking
I don't know what happens if you play as a black guy. I'm gonna try it later, but basically, or another thing that happened. This isn't as funny, but basically, I went with Larry's wife to like a hair salon because she's like, oh, I'll pay for like a scalp massage or whatever. I'm like, ah, fuck it, I got nothing else to do in the game. I'll tag along. And then she's like, oh, I want to get my hair done. What do you think I should get? And I wasn't paying attention to the text, so I thought it was asking me what I wanted for my hair. And so the options were haircut or change the color. And I'm like, fuck it, let's change the color. And it was like blonde, brunette, brown, black, or something crazy. And I'm like, fuck it, let's try something crazy. But I didn't read the text, so I was suggesting her to change it to something crazy. And she's like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. I want to change my hair to purple. And I'm like, oh, well, this will go well. And then afterwards, when her hair was purple, she was looking in the mirror. She's like, oh my god, it's fucking horrible. This is what I get for getting hair advice from a fucking dyke.
She said that?
Yeah.
She said that? God damn it, these people are relentless.
But, I mean, other than that, like, there's not really that much racism in the game other than, like, the occasional, like, nonsensical comment. Or sometimes
God,
whatever you
this game sounds
chose can
great.
give you more or less options and things. Like, for example, there was one point where I had to infiltrate a building, and I didn't have the option of taking a disguise because all the guardsmen were men. So that was a disadvantage for being a female, but one of the advantages of being a female...
Just flash her way
No,
flash her
was
way in?
in a different scenario where I was looking for a bed for the night in a city. I didn't actually need this bed, I was just exploring. But basically, like there's like a bed under this bridge, like so for homeless people, and like the city had a strict no vagabonds law. So like this gang, like organized sort of this thing under a bridge. So like, oh yeah, you wanna sleep under this bridge for the night? You give us $200. I don't know why they're charging homeless people $200. I don't think they imagine they got a lot of customers, but they gave me the option. Oh, since you're a woman, you could pay $200, or you could suck my wiener and get it for free. So that's No, I
and you
didn't
suck.
because I had a
You
place to
suck
sleep
doing
already.
it.
But I'm saying that's an
Oh,
example
okay.
of having more options.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm acting as this is like a really
Sucking
positive
wiener.
thing.
Okay. Well, let's
Okay, yeah,
let's
I've
get
been
away
talking
from
too
the
much about
story
this
real
game. It's
quick.
great, but
Yeah. Check it out. Always, sometimes, once.
Yeah. Check it
yes.
out. Always,
Um,
sometimes monsters.
Okay. So we still have episode
Okay.
7.
So we still have episode 7. We had something you said you were gonna do a little bit story about, and then
all right, so let's
let's
talk
finish
about
off with Florida
episode
Man, I
7.
guess.
So basically,
Star Wars episode 7, by the way.
Star Wars
Star
episode
Wars
7.
episode 7, by the way.
Harrison Ford broke his leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically
Oh, did he?
they've delayed screening for a few more weeks.
2 weeks.
Like, yeah, I believe it was 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And yeah, that was like a big thing. I mean, the Amazing
What?
Atheist made a joke like, "Oh, would he like break his leg bending down to grab his dentures?" Because he's so old now. Yeah.
These people, fuck. I wanted to bring up episode 7 because Kevin Smith.
Yeah, I love
love
Kevin
this guy.
Smith too.
Clerks,
I also love a comic book man.
I also love Comic Book Man. I love that show. It's amazing. It's been a while since I've seen it. I don't know if
It
they
might be
stopped
still
making
on.
it. But I don't think they
I
did.
haven't watched it, but I've seen a lot of commercials when I was watching The Walking Dead.
It's very good. It's funny. It's actually
It is very good. It's
All right,
funny. It's
but,
actually pretty good.
Yeah, go on Star Wars.
Um,
Star Wars episode 7. So
Star Wars episode 7. So I found this thing on Daily News where Kevin Smith he talks a bit about Star Wars episode 7 because he went to the set. And by the way, talking real quick, this morning I saw I was passing, I was channel surfing, and then I saw Phineas
Yeah.
and Ferb, and they're making, what Phineas and Ferb is, right? Well, they're making like a Star Wars parody on it, like, or they actually visit Star Wars, which like I think is like okay, it's a bit weird for Disney to be trying to getting their kids into
Well,
Star
kids
Wars,
were
but
already into Star
power
Wars,
to them, I
and
guess. But
I guess you can expand audiences by mixing IP, so I can
like-
understand why they do that.
But like this generation's kids,
like they're not not
Yeah,
all
Star
the
Wars-
time. They're very
Star Wars isn't as big
They're
a
very-
thing in this
yeah.
generation.
Star Wars was a lot bigger.
Star Wars isn't as big. Star Wars was a lot bigger.
And I'm surprised that they make so much.
And and I'm surprised that they make so much kids stuff for Star Wars because like when I was young and I first watched Star Wars, I didn't understand
Yeah,
the
when I was,
story
like,
at all.
Like, real young, I didn't understand it either. But go on.
I don't understand why there's so much like kids marketing.
Yeah, like I don't understand why there's so much like kids marketing to Star Wars. Like it's actually a really complicated storyline. Like half the time I just saw like cool
Well,
fighting and
a
like
lot
that's
of
what
the
got me into
a lot
it.
of the kiddie audiences that they got was mostly from like the Clone Wars series and such, which although that's actually a fairly more complex show, not quite as complex maybe as the movies, but I mean
It was pretty good. I remember watching the first couple seasons of Clone Wars. That was pretty good. I love how good it tied in the
Yeah.
canon and stuff.
I watched a few episodes. I wasn't as big onto it, but a lot of people didn't like it mainly
it's
for the reason that it connected to episode 2.
Different strokes. I'm just saying
Yeah,
different strokes
fair
for
enough.
different folks.
And yeah, but another thing about episode 7 is that there was a release, like a leak on the internet of like the CGI for like all the ships
Uh-huh.
and the walkers, but it turned out to be fake.
Oh, really?
Because basically a lot of people were like, oh my god, the
what?
movie's gonna suck because like the CGI was really kind of was kind of bad. It was actually worse than like in the old 80s movies. So like people were like, this is
God
bullshit,
damn
and
it.
then turned out to be a fake leak. So
Oh, thank God, yo, that would have sucked.
really,
Well, just wanted to get some of Kevin Smith's comments. Apparently, it blew him away. It was amazing from just visiting the set. He took a selfie where he was like he
Jeez.
had a tear. Yeah. He had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. He couldn't really say much, but he could still he still talked a bit about the experience. There is a little bit of a Q&A with him, Kevin Smith, obviously, great guy. Um, you can find it on the internet, obviously, if you're interested in that. And he said, we go to the set and they're actually shooting, he said. I can't tell you what they were shooting, but what I saw I absolutely loved. It was tactile, it was real. It wasn't a series of fucking green screens and blue screens in which later on digital characters would be added. It was there and it was happening. And I think it's great every once in a while to get that reassurance of that thing that you want or that thing that you love that that's coming back real soon. And it goes to anything. It goes to video games, movies. It goes everywhere because sometimes all you need is just that little bit of a teaser, that reassurance that it's gonna happen, it's coming. That's always
it could have
great.
ended very differently because if you saw that South Park episode a while back, basically,
I haven't watched South
it was
Park in
during
forever.
like the second Obama election, and like
Okay.
Cartman had control of the votes and could have changed who would have won. And if Obama won, he would have sold the rights to Star Wars to the Chinese.
What the fuck? This has nothing
And
to do with
basically,
it,
because
but now
Disney
it's
had
so
control of Star
interesting.
Wars, so like Mickey Mouse was there. He's like, I ain't gonna let this happen. And there's a big conflict over that. But then, like at the end, they're like, no, the Chinese just wanted to buy Star Wars because they didn't want to see it ruined by the hands of Disney. So the Chinese are actually the good guys. So they decided to let Obama win. So what?
So
It was sold to
it was
China
stayed to Disney.
in the show, yeah.
Oh, it was sold to China. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
Cartman wanted to sell it to
to
Disney because like Mickey Mouse gave him like a better offer. Yeah.
God damn it, Cartman. Well, I just wanted to tie this in with a little, just real quick with E3. There's a lot of games, things, that can go on forever about all these games of things, that all we got that was that little taste, but now it makes us want it more than ever. So yeah,
We'll
that
do
was pretty
Florida
good.
Man.
You want to
and
move
then
on,
we'll
Alex?
wrap it up because we've been doing this for a little while.
Okay, awesome. So let me just pull up some Florida Man stuff.
Oh yeah.
You do Florida Man,
yeah,
and I'll
yeah,
do
that's a good
Picker
idea.
Florida.
Florida Man. It's like a superhero. Okay, so I guess I'll start first. Oh fucking no, Twitter. I'm not gonna sign up. Piss off. Oh boy. Florida man hacks roadside LED sign. Changes message to "fuck her right in the pussy."
Oh my god, dude! You know that those roadside LED
heard.
signs are actually really easy to hack. Yeah, like there's like this little keyboard behind, and then there's this universal password. I forget it. I have it written down on my phone somewhere. And you just do it,
Why do you
and you
have
can
the
just change
password?
it like no problem.
I think they would.
I don't know, but internet and 4chan. By the way, 4chan, I love 4chan. 4chan's amazing,
like the porn.
except the porn, all the porn. And Reddit
I
and
think
that
they would
kind
have
of
changed
stuff.
the
I don't know.
password
These
by now.
places
To
are
be
weird.
honest, but
No, it's just like the universal password for like the company. It's like the company that makes these
I'm
roadside
pretty sure
LEDs.
by now
It's
they
just
would
like
have changed their password
just
so
one
that they
password.
realize that people know it.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Alright.
Hey, it must have not been too hard.
How did this happen? Florida man steals police cruiser with hands handcuffed behind his back. How does he do that? How does he? How does he work this? I guess he uses his leg.
Florida.
How do you work the fucking
But
stick?
then how do you drive?
Like, even if it's an automatic, you still have to pull it out of park and shit and do reverse.
God damn it, yo.
Florida man traps 12-foot python in barbecue grill. That sounds like shit they do in Australia.
I've
Jeez.
actually, like, let me tell you, I've eaten snake before. I can't tell you what snake it was. I have no idea. I just know it was snake. It was pretty fucking good. I've eaten a lot of
Mm.
like rare
I've
and
always
like
wanted
weird
to try
animals.
like different types of animals, like snake and shit. I know my social
Crocodile's very
studies
good.
teacher. He went to Africa one year, and I think it was dragonflies. He had yeah.
Dragonflies.
There
Oh,
was
dude,
like
I can never
a
eat
swarm of dragonflies
insects,
coming
bro.
in, and then like the guys he was with were like, "Get inside!" And then one of the guys like that was outside took out like a giant butterfly net, grabbed a bunch of dragonflies, put them in an oven on like a pan, and then he's like, "Eat this." And then like my social studies teacher ate it, and he said it tasted like chicken skin. Yeah, chicken skin.
Chicken skin. Well, a lot of things taste
NG.
like chicken because like
Is
there's
that what it's called?
NGM. I think that's what it is. Uh, Yeah, well, whatever. Like it. Fun fact: cats they can't taste sweet. I think it. No, they can't taste salty stuff, but they can taste like that meat
That
taste.
I think
Like
I.
I don't know what it was, but I remember. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, a lot of just meats taste like chicken or like other general meat thing
Hmm.
because of that like thing in it.
Um. Oh my God, this is a great one. Florida man arrested after asking Best Buy employees to transfer child porn to new computer. Like, did he
Oh my god.
specifically say that? Like, hey,
Oh
could
my
you?
god.
I thought he's like, hey, could you
Yeah.
just transfer my files? And then they looked through them. But if he like literally said, hey, transfer my CP
I,
to this new computer, and
oh my god, yo. People. This is why Florida.
I
I'm
think I've
so
done enough
embarrassed
Florida
to
man. I
live in
think you should
Florida.
do figure Florida
Oh,
man.
by the way, yeah. I right. I forgot. I had have the story. A lot of this shit is like I see this crap every once in a while. Like Faker Florida, like Florida man shit is legit. Like okay, so this was during school time, and I'm outside. I'm driving to school, with my dad, and I shit you not. So this is the thing that happened. There was a car crash, right? There was a car crash. The two people were still in their cars. The first one gets out. It's a normal dude. The second guy gets out. He he's in some type of
Is it
suit.
like a
It's an
fursuit,
animal suit.
right?
Okay? It's a fursuit.
Oh boy.
Near the groin area, there
Oh
was
boy.
a different colored patch. And upon inspection, like I just looked at it for a bit, I realized
Yeah.
there was a hole in the groin area that was literally covered by like a little piece of
Like a
fabric,
door.
like taped on,
My God.
like a door. There was another hole near the mouth,
Where
and
can
then
I
there
get
was
this
another
suit?
hole near the buttock area. Shut up! No, no. Not even. That's not even the best part. This furry guy
What
is
other dudes?
starts picking a fight with the other dude. He rips off the mouth hole
There was another
so
dude.
like the guy
What?
can hear him. Like
And one of them
they
was
got
a
in car
furry.
crash, so like two guys got out of their cars.
Oh my
One of
God,
them-
this is like fucking Saints Row.
One of them
My
was a
God.
furry. This furry starts shouting at this normal guy, like the normal dude, like dressed in like office clothes. This is in the rain. I forget to tell you. This is like 6 a.m. in the rain, and they start to fight. I
Oh,
swear to God, they start throwing punches.
Oh my God, I hope this is on the news somewhere.
It probably is. I wish that red light had been any longer because
Oh my God.
I'm so
that
glad I
is
saw
amazing.
this.
When was this? How many days ago was this? Oh,
Oh no, dude, this was
Oh.
like 2 or 3 months ago.
because I'd have to go back a bit then and try to see if Florida Man has
Okay.
it on his Tumblr.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, at Twitter. But
Okay, let's see.
yeah, let's do it.
Let's do a little bit of a faker Florida, okay? A pastor in Miami Gardens told the press that he would eat a live cockroach as a stunt to bring more people to his megachurch. Fake or Florida?
Sorry, could you repeat that first part again?
A pastor in Miami Gardens told the press that he would eat a live cockroach as a stunt to bring more people to his megachurch. Fake or Florida? Very, very true. Yes. Yeah, he wanted to get 1,500 people to a Tuesday night service, and he was gonna eat a cockroach. By the way, the same pastor has also shaved his head, waxed his legs, and even stunned with a taser
if you said
to get more people.
The pastor, I would have been like, no, they have very strict rules. They wouldn't have gotten away with it. Yeah, pastors can get away with a lot more. I know.
A pastor. Yeah. Okay. A teacher in Volusia County told her class that the white part of a candy cane represents Jesus because Jesus is white.
Fake.
Fake or Florida?
Very, very true. It is Florida.
I said fake.
Very, very true. It is Florida. The parents of a black first grader pulled their daughter from DeBerry Elementary because this woman said this. A school district spokeswoman told news outlets that it was part of a holidays around the world lesson.
Hey, Cleveland, someone colored in your Jesus.
Okay. Let's see. A man in St. Petersburg was arrested because he was throwing bricks at windows at a hotel because supposedly there were chickens in his hotel room.
I'm going to say Florida.
Fake or Florida?
If this turns out to be true, were there actually chickens in there?
This is true.
Were there chickens in there, or was he just crazy? Okay, so he was just crazy. I'm like,
no, there were no chickens.
If there were actually chickens, I would have been like, oh yeah, chickens. Throw some bricks at it.
Okay. Last one, fake or Florida. A 326-pound man in Vero Beach punched the Domino's delivery driver in the face because he forgot to bring the garlic knots. Fake or Florida? Trick question. It was actually a 346-pound man.
Oh my god. I noticed all of these were true. I mean...
No, but... yeah, most of them were true.
Yeah. The last one was
the first three were true.
Oh my god.
Was a trick question.
Alright. Yeah, thank you guys for listening.
So I think we should end off today.
Sorry we haven't, it's been so long. We'll try and be more continuous with this series. You've all been a lovely audience.
Sorry about that, guys.
We had a lot of fun tonight. So yeah, see you guys next time. This has been the Robot Sinners. The shitty name that Kirby came up with. Good night, everyone. Oh, fuck.
Good night.
Oh, wait. I'm still recording.
Did you hang up?
I hung up thinking that would end the recording.